Hello, dear awesome people out there. Welcome to Chris Cafe. I'm Chris and I make book related videos on my channel. If you're also fond of books, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Today, I'm gonna tell you what are the books that I gave up reading in this quarantine. So, there are 5 books. Let's get started. So, the first book I started reading in this quarantine is The 1984 by George Orwell. This is a dystopian novel. So, I started reading and I read about 20 pages. So, I didn't get the novel. Actually, what I do is first I start reading the book. If I won't get it, I'll give up reading it. So, that's what happened me with this 1984. So, yeah, that's the reason I gave up reading George Orwell's 1984. It was so boring, I felt so bored, and I'm not at all fond of this socialistic fiction or the dystopian. So I thought, if I'm not that interested about dystopian, why would I read it? So that's why I gave up. So the second book I started reading in this quarantine is the Catherine and Arnold by Juliet Benzoni. So while reading this, I wanted to just check out what the book is about. So I googled the name. So that then I found what is this is the series of book, the Catherine series by Juliet. So then I found this book which I'm reading is the fourth book in the series. So then I wanted to read the first book, second book, and then I wanted to read this. So that's why I gave up reading this. I'll definitely buy this series after this quarantine is completed. Then I'll continue reading the series and I'll go in a good manner. So yeah. So the other book I gave up reading in this quarantine is the 16 Satires by Juvenal. Same reason, because after reading this, then I came to know this is of some. This is from the series. The series includes another book. I think two more books or three more books. Then I wanted to read the series completely, so I gave up reading this book. uh, yeah, after this quarantine is completed, I'll definitely purchase the whole series and I go in a good manner. So the next book I gave up reading is Pavilion of Women by Perlis Buck. I started reading this book and then it started getting toward it's damaged, because this is from the old library of my college. So I didn't know this was damaged. Then, because that's why I started reading. Then after coming to know this is not at all good, it's getting torn and some pages are missing, then I gave up reading this. So just like the previous books, after this quarantine, I'm gonna buy this book definitely, and I'm going to complete this book. And I think I'm gonna make a video on these books which I continue to read. Last but not the least, the fifth book I gave up reading is The Travels of Marco Polo by Marco Polo. This is a travel literature. So I started reading this and then found some pages are missing and somewhat damaged. So the same reason, just like Perlis Buck's book. So then I gave up reading this. So it's not at all, the front page is also got torn. So yeah, so definitely, just like the previous books, I'm gonna buy this book after this quarantine and definitely gonna read this book. So that's all for today. See you in the next video.